So first off, I just want to say this isn't to make fun of these kids. They're teenagers and they look quite young. They're just doing what their coach is telling them to do. They're not at fault here at all. It's their shitty coach's fault for the way they're doing these things. So it's kind of funny. A common thread among bullshit Instagram and YouTube coaches seems to be pretending they're doing conjugate with either their programs they hawk on people or the people they're coaching. Kind of interesting because they probably listen to one podcast with Louie Simmons and then think they know what conjugate is, but I actually have no idea what the fuck conjugate is and misinterpret everything. But yeah, so here's some clips of his athletes training under his guidance, and he seems to be there in all the clips, and he's the one posting these, and here we go.
What the hell am I looking at?
That's the coach. So the coach's name is Christoph Ifkovitz. Just looking at his Instagram real quick, he looks like he's around 280 pounds-ish, relatively tall guy, pretty big, can't deadlift 495, or there's one video of him severely hitching a 495 deadlift. But just looking at his own training, doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, obviously. And if you look at some of these clips, like, you don't need to fucking band everything. These are kids, they're building a base, and I'm sure if you message him, and you said something, he said, "Oh, we are building a base, all this stuff." You're not. You're doing a bunch of random shit with no rhyme or reason is what he's doing. like those lunges with the good morning in it. Just do a fucking normal lunge. These are teenagers. They don't need all these crazy variations. The banded rowing. Another good indication of a shitty coach is allowing, like in that guy hit what seemed to be a bench PR, and everyone gets all hyped up and all fucking yelling, yeah, fuck yeah, when the whole time the spotter did like half the work, and you can clearly see like his arm fluctuates like this when he's benching. It's like he's not fucking moving the weight at that point even. And getting all pumped. You're teaching these kids that like these shitty reps are good, and that, you know, sacrificing everything for a PR is a way to go. And especially when you're young, that's not how you should be trained. It's not something you should be teaching young people, especially. It's fucking horrifying, really. And some people might say, well, these are athletes training for sport-specific things, like jumping. That's why they're doing these shitty box squats and shitty quarter squats and stuff. But again, these are young kids. Most of them are very skinny because they're young, obviously. They need to put weight on. They need to get stronger overall, not just stronger in these bullshit movements that aren't going to have any carryover. And sport-specific training is important. Doing GPP and everything you do in the gym, if you're an athlete, is GPP-ness, pretty much. But it is important. There are uses sometimes for doing box squats and quarter squats and other such things. But if you're just learning how to lift, you don't know how to control your body well enough for those to even be effective. Your ligaments and connective tissue aren't going to be that strong. You need to get your muscles stronger and bigger, more injury resistant, and just doing a bunch of quarter squats all the time isn't going to help. A lot of these kids, I'm sure, are going to run into issues, probably their lower back, judging by how they're being taught to deadlift. With the one kid's, the one kid, his shoulders are like a foot in front of the bar when he's deadlifting. He's doing speed reps. Like, fucking learn how to do a good rep first before you even think about incorporating dynamic effort days. My God, especially bandage shit, Jesus. And I think a lot of this, what it all boils down to is this guy is trying to market himself, and he's stuck in his ways. So I think deep down he probably knows that teaching kids like this is a bad idea, and that what he's doing is kind of bullshit. But he's marketed himself this far, and most people aren't man enough to go look at themselves in the mirror and admit that what they're doing is probably wrong. And it's to take a lot, because he has to admit to all these kids that he's taught incorrectly over the years that what he's done this whole time is bullshit, when they could have gotten either equal results and surely better results, honestly, just training fucking normal, doing some normal squats. And again, that's not to say that some of these things he's doing, that some of these movements don't have their place, but with absolute beginners, which almost all of the kids he's training do not need to be doing these things. They don't be doing banded box squats. You don't be fucking good mornings with the band attached to the rack, like in front of you, pulling you in weird directions. You don't need that shit at all. It's worthless at that phase for you. And honestly, in my opinion, conjugate method like West Side style training is very useful for athletes. I think for many sports, it's probably the best way to train. But you need some base first. You need to be a good athlete to begin with. You can't just hop into shit and expect good results. That's how the body works. It's not for absolute beginners, what I'm trying to say. So, maybe now more of you know how to spot a shitty coach. So,